Alright, so I got my luggage here and I gotta get a cart so I can push it. So I gotta get a cart right now. Hopefully no one will steal everything. So this is me, Christian D. Kidia, at the Athens International Airport, where my vacation is now coming to an end. And I am getting a cart here so I can put my luggage on and then push it and settle up a very large bill, which is going to be for about a month at approximately 45 euros a day for this particular cute little vehicle. Yep. So anyways, so this is, oh, my headphones just fell. So this is some of my equipment. I also have equipment waiting for me in at the apartment I'm staying at, the hotel I'm staying at. It's actually called, they call it an apartment. It's advertised as an apartment, apartamento, in Cefalu. So I have that. I have equipment that I had custom made for me from one of my top secret manufacturers, top secret engineers, I should say. He helps me. We work together and collaborate on different things for different things, from demonology investigations, from new and innovative technology, in order to determine at a scientific level what can be done, what can't be done. And we do a lot of field testing as well. He's a good guy. I'm not going to tell you his name. Maybe I will. So give me a second here. I don't like to give up my good sources, but you know, there's a couple people that I want to give special thanks to in regards to this particular project, the Crowley experience. And I can tell you right now that there's two people that I work with exclusively that help me with extreme unique pieces of both investigative pieces as well as remediation pieces, paranormal remediation. I come up with the ideas. I tell them exactly what I need, how I need it to be done, and these engineers, they'll design it based on my specifications, and we take it from there. So that's what happens here. Yeah, so I'm walking to the airport now. I'm walking through the parking lot. Walking through the parking lot. And it's beautiful. Gorgeous sun, the mountains. It's a little, you can definitely tell there's a lot of pollution in Athens, especially when it's one of the most polluted cities in the world. It's in a valley, actually. It's very nice. Anyways, so making my way to the airport, pushing my cart here with everything in it. Some equipment I have, some equipment I don't have. But oh yeah, going to a special thanks on my equipment. So I want to give a big shout out and a massively huge plug to two people. And this order does not signify who has helped me more in any way, shape, or form. It just, yeah. So definitely I'll go the whole alphabetical order route. So I'd like to say thank you, a huge thank you, to Andy Bailey from Infrared out of the UK. Andy is an absolute amazing genius. He's patient. I mean, there's a lot of manufacturers out there who claim their shit works, and sometimes some of them do, some of them don't. One thing I could tell you about Infrared and Andy Bailey, first of all, Andy Bailey, he's the man. I mean that. He's so methodical and patient, and his customer service is like nothing I've ever seen before. And believe me when I tell you that I probably have more equipment for the paranormal field. Now remember, paranormal investigation has never been, it's not that it hasn't been my strong point. It's not that it hasn't been my strong point. It's just that my experience is in remediation, meaning I remove unwanted spirits. I remove permanently paranormal activity that is present, that is causing a disturbance, without the usage of religious involvement, without bringing religion into it, strictly from a scientific standpoint. So I have, because I've been an environmental contractor for the last 20 years of my life, this has given me the ability to learn how to study the algorithms of all types of spirits, anomalies, paranormal presence. I mean, there's so many names. I mean, oh God. Paranormal activity, a spirit, an unwanted entity. Let's just call it an entity, right? So essentially, I've studied their algorithms, and I figured out through, of course, investigative techniques and communicating with them at different levels, at different capacities. I've had the opportunity to, of course, figure out how to work, what they like, what they don't like. And when you have an extremely evil one, or a persistent one that is persistently aggressive and that is disrespectful at so many levels and so many capacities, it's not a good thing. So by studying their algorithms and communicating with them, it's giving me the ability to know how to get rid of them and understand what their strong points are and their weak points are. That's what I've learned over the last 20 years being an environmental contractor, and then taking it to the next level, because understanding the environment where there is alleged paranormal activity is probably the only way and the best way to understand how to permanently remove them. And it also gives you the ability to address and determine what a false positive is and a non-false positive, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Excuse me. Signomen, Ευχαριστώ. Signomen. Signomen. Excuse me. It's a little busy here in the airport. At any rate, as back to what I was saying, is that being an environmental contractor has given me the ability and the opportunity to understand their algorithms. Entities, energy, it's like the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Negative energy will breed negative energy. Negative energy will attract negative energy. Positive energy will attract positive energy. Now, both those energies, from a paranormal standpoint, not scientific, strictly paranormal, negative and positive. I say that only from the paranormal aspect and not... I'm sorry, are you in line here? Yeah. Okay. I only say that because negative energy is what's used from a scientific level for determining how you are going to proceed in the remediation process. Positive energy, negative energy. So for example, from an ionization standpoint, a molecular standpoint, negative energy is very good for the human body. Negative ions are what the human body needs. Positive ions and positive ions, which is also energy, it's a form of energy, is what the body does not need. So strictly from, people often misunderstand terminology, and terminology is quite often misused. For example, there's people out there who have YouTube channels that are, actually I like their YouTube channels, and certain occult specialists. And I think you know who I'm talking about, this individual. I admire him. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with his religious convictions. But at the same time, I'm a firm believer that religion is a personal matter and it's a personal issue. I don't like people forcing their religion on me, and I certainly will not force my religion on anyone because I don't have that right. However, this individual is a very good investigator, and he's quite well read on the occult, and he has done probably the most extensive amount of research on Jimmy Savile out of the UK, the notorious pedophile and rapist. So I'm talking about one particular individual who, again, I think is a great individual. I commend him, and I think he's very good at what he does. I don't agree with everything that he says, but he knows his shit. That's for sure. And I give him full props on that. Absolute full props. I think he's a good guy, and he does a good job at on the majority of his research, his independent research and whatnot. So I admire that. I think he's great. But at any rate, going back to everything, I just wanted to say that certain people such as I'll say it. Thomas Sheridan. Thomas Sheridan, I think he's a great guy. I think he's extremely well-read and well-knowledgeable, but people such as someone who's as well-read as him often use certain terminology that they shouldn't be. And hold on a second. What, are you kidding me? So yeah, some douchebag here just walked in front of me, and thought I'd have to kick some ass, knock him out. At any rate, terminology is often misused. For example, someone will say the unconscious versus the subconscious, and use the subconscious referring to the unconscious. And I know certainly it may not sound like a big deal, but in order to determine, in order to establish a chain of command when speaking of the paranormal and speaking about how the human mind works and whatnot, is very important to, in my opinion, to know exactly what you're saying and using the proper terminology. The unconscious is completely different from the subconscious, and people should understand that. And that is a big part of understanding how psychopaths operate and how they think. But going back to energy, I mean, Thomas Sheridan's a great guy. He says a lot of good stuff, but only from a paranormal designation standpoint and identifying paranormal activity, people think that negative energy is bad and positive energy is good. And that is true from the identification of paranormal activity. Oh, I'm up to back here, so give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Do it. Yeah. I'm just returning my car. Yep. It's going to be a good bill. A lot. Feel free to give me a lower rate. I won't complain, I promise. Sure.
Okay, so it was originally to be back on the 20th.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure. Well, it's going to be a big bill. I'm trying to negotiate a better deal, but we'll see what happens. I took it for an extra week. Yeah, so what I was saying is that in regards to Thomas Sheridan, he's a stand-up guy in the sense that I give him a lot of credit. I mean, I don't know him personally, of course, so I can't, maybe that was the wrong terminology to use, but speaking of terminology, but no, I mean, descriptive word, analogy, whatever. But no, he seems like a good guy, and hello, τι κάνεις, καλά, όλα εντάξει, μπράβο, μπράβο.
Όλα καλά.
Μια χαρά, δόξα τω Θεώ.
Μπράβο.
Ήταν εσύ που με τηλεφώνησες και μου είπες το... Ναι?
Και με πήρατε και εσείς μετά.
Ναι. I remember your voice. Πολύ ωραία φωνή.
Ευχαριστώ.
There you go.
Ευχαριστώ.
I'm trying to flirt with the pretty lady.
Λοιπόν, θα με
So if you got the car, okay, you can have a call to your bank. I will give you the number by phone, but yes, sir.
Γεια σας, τι κάνεις, καλά?
Να πάρω κάρτα χωρίς πιν.
Ah, Tito, how nice.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so nice. You put it in the car.
Yeah,
It's
και...
handy.
Yeah, it's handy, so μπορώ να το βάλω όπου θέλω.
Ωραίο, ωραίο.
Yeah, yeah.
Άρα είναι επιπλέον.
Here we go. Περίμενε. Πρέπει να βρω τα χάπια μου, in case I have a heart attack.
Λίγο νεράκι.
Yeah, λίγο νεράκι και... Get me a chair.
13,66.
Yes, καλά.
Okay, the one thing I don't know in Greek is numbers, so you're going to conveniently... 583.66, right? So Cristal αυτό, right? 583 euros and 66. Okay, great. That's all that you're going to put on the card, right? Okay, bravo. How much have you put on the card so far, just so I know?
Είναι 1,350.
Okay, bravo. All right, so more
Όπου
stuff.
θα τα δώσεις είναι το bikini.
Yeah, okay.
Έλα. Εδώ πώς σε λένε το παιδί. Κέλλη. Το έδωσα στην Κέλλη. Τι ώρα θα περάσει αυτή?
Great. All right.
Καλά είστε.
Φίλε μου,
Φίλος.
αγαπημένε. Όχι, έχεις δίκιο απόλυτο, αυτό είναι αλήθεια.
Ο Ανδρέας, ο Μπούζας.
Τίποτα, αγαπημένε μου, τίποτα.
Τι έγινε?
Εντάξει, ξέρεις, πρωί μεσημέρι.
I think maybe I hit the wrong button or something. Sorry, συγγνώμη.
Εντάξει, θα το έχουμε στο σιρτάρι μεταλλός, δεν θα.
έχεις εδώ, Τζέι.
Είναι αγάπη μας, αγαπημένα φίλε μου. Φιλάκι.
Θέλεις τίποτα να σου φέρω κάτω?
Great.
Αύριο ακυρώθηκε το δρομολόγιο από Κώστα να πάρει για πάνω. Είναι τους Ρώσους. Άρα να τα κάνω εγώ. Δεν ξέρω. Εντάξει. Δεν ξέρω. Δεν μου είπε Ελένη. Μου είπε ότι ακυρώθηκε και να κάνω εγώ. Εντάξει.
Σοφία, πες μου κωδικό. Κωδικό.
When you book, you should say that you need to be above 25 to drive a car like this.
So άλλη φορά
Άλλη φορά.
θα μου δώσεις good deal.
Ναι, εννοείται αυτό.
Okay, thanks.
Θα έρθετε κατευθείαν εδώ πάλι σε εμάς.
Σε εμάς, γεια σας, ένα, το Hertz. Actually, no. I was gonna ask you να μου δώσεις το τηλέφωνο για το Hertz στο Παλέρμο, but μου το έδωσες, ξέρεις τι, ξέχασα το γιατί το νομίζω κάποιος από το apartment θα έρχεται θα μου πάρει. Με το δικό του.
Το κάνουμε.
Εμείς ήταν ερπόδες, δεν νομίζω το χρειάζομαι.
Εντάξει,
Okay, so αυτό είναι δικό μου εδώ.
να πάτε στο καλό.
Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Και εγώ. Και το departure.
Θα πάτε, έχετε πολλά πράγματα. Trolley.
So I
Έχει elevator εδώ, on the right.
yeah, okay.
In there.
Και αυτό είναι δικό μου, ναι.
Ναι, για εσάς.
Για μένα. Alright, ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Εμείς, sir, είμαστε καλά.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Είστε πανηδοί.
Of course, take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Alright, so it's all done. Holy moly, shit, man, fuck. I don't know, it was a long time. It was 1,800, almost 1,900 euros for the entire fucking bill. Jesus. Muddy and Joseph, almost 2,000 euros for, how long was it? Today's October 1st, and I had it August 20th. So August 20th to September 30th to October 1st. That's an extra 11 days. Shit. Wow. At any rate, I got to get the departures here, or I'm gonna be left like dust in the wind. Haha, no pun intended. So yeah. At any rate, so again, my luggage. I'm at the airport here, doing my thing, doing my fine. All right, elevator. We got the elevator. The elevator's good. Yeah, das ist gut. Yeah. Oh no, departures. 1. Where the hell am I? What the fuck? 2, 1, let me try. Oh, this goes up. I don't know where the fuck I am. Let's see if this works. So, there we go. Car's been returned. And now I'm going into an elevator. Yeah, so, yeah, going back to what I was saying about the very, oh shit, departures is one. The very, Thomas Sheridan with Open Source Occult TV. You know what? I think he did a great documentary, a great segment of video on demonology, and his segment on Jimmy Savile was fucking amazing. Man, he really opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I myself was not aware of. Clearly, because that was a little bit before my time, or even if it was my time, I was way too young. I'm an 80s boy, born 74, of course, but I'm an 80s boy. You gotta give me 1 second here because I need to find out where I am leaving. So, let's see where my tickets say. My itinerary. Okay, my itinerary is Athens to Rome, Terminal 1. Terminal 1. What do we have there? Terminal 1. Terminal 1. Terminal 1. Italia. Alitalia. Terminal 1. Terminal 1. Oh no, we are in Terminal 1. Oh man, Terminal 1. Alright. Aegean, Alitalia. Aegean. Olympic.
Last passenger Sky Express, flight number 155 Marathon, is kindly requested to proceed directly to gate B16. The flight is ready to depart. Mr.